They say a person's greatness is not measured by the gold in their purse, but by the thoughts that govern their soul. This timeless truth has been proven by the legends of our history. From the philosophers of old to the masters of modern industry. Napoleon Hill once wrote, "What you think about, you become." But if this is true, why do so many of us stay trapped in the shadows of failure? Do we lack potential? Or do we simply lack the key of exchange? Today's journey will uncover the answer to that question, and teach you a powerful lesson that will stay with you forever. Stay with us until the very end. I promise, this story will change the way you see yourself. In the shadows of the Great Silver Port, where ancient wooden ships moved like titans and silk traded for a king's ransom, lived a man named Thane. Thane didn't trade in spices or gold, he traded in pity. Every single day, he sat by the cold stone docks, his wooden bowl as empty as his eyes. To the busy merchants, he was a ghost. To himself, he was a mistake of fate. He believed he was born to take. He believed the world owed him a living because he had nothing. Until the day the captain arrived. The captain was a man whose presence felt like the rising tide. His robes were deep indigo, and his eyes held the wisdom of 1,000 storms. Thane stretched out his trembling hand, eyes fixed on the captain's heavy purse. He expected a coin, he expected mercy. But the captain didn't reach for his gold. He looked deep into Thane's soul and asked a question that shattered the silence. "I see what you want to take, beggar. But tell me, what have you brought to give?" Thane was startled. His heart skipped a beat. "Sir, I am but a beggar. I have nothing. I survive on what others discard. How can a man with empty pockets offer anything to a king of the sea?" The captain smiled, but it was a smile of cold iron. "If you believe you have nothing to give, then you have no right to ask. I am a trader. I believe in the law of exchange. If you offer me value, I will give you value in return. But if your hands are empty of effort, mine shall remain closed." The captain boarded his massive ship and sailed into the mist, leaving Thane stunned on the docks. "What have I brought to give?" The words echoed in Thane's mind like a drum in a silent room. For the first time in his life, he realized that he wasn't poor because he lacked money. He was poor because he offered nothing but his misery to the world. 2 days passed in a heavy silence. Thane didn't beg, he didn't stretch out his hand. He watched the sea. On the third morning, he noticed a patch of smooth, gray river stones washed up by the tide. They were plain, unremarkable, but they were something. He picked up a piece of charcoal from a nearby dying fire and began to draw. He drew a sun, a symbol of hope. He drew an anchor, a symbol of strength. He poured his frustration, his hunger, and his newfound hope into those stones. "I am no longer just asking," he whispered to the wind. "I am offering a piece of my spirit, in exchange of value." When the next merchant passed, Thane didn't just hold out his bowl. He held out a stone. "A blessing for your journey, sir," he said softly, his voice steady for the first time. The merchant, surprised by the beauty of the simple drawing, felt a connection. He didn't drop a coin out of guilt. He handed Thane a silver piece with a genuine smile of thanks. As the days turned into weeks, something incredible happened. People didn't give out of pity anymore, they gave out of appreciation. Thane's bowl was full, but his heart was even fuller. He realized he wasn't a beggar anymore. He had become a trader of value. He began to find better stones, using natural pigments to create art that people traveled across the docks to see. 6 months later, at that same great silver port, 2 well-dressed men crossed paths. One was the captain, returning from a long and dangerous voyage. The other was a man in fine linen, holding a leather satchel, looking at the horizon with confidence. "Do I know you?" the captain asked, sensing a familiar strength in the man's posture. The man smiled, a deep and knowing smile. "You once refused me a coin, and in doing so, you gave me a kingdom," I am Thane. I now run the most successful guild of artisans in this city. We don't beg for life, we create it. The captain laughed, a deep, warm sound that blended with the ocean's roar. You understood the secret, Thane. Today, we do not meet as a beggar and a master. We meet as equals. We meet as two men who know that the world only gives back what we are brave enough to put in. Life is shaped by the mirror we hold up to ourselves. If you believe you are small, the world will treat you as a speck of dust. But if you recognize your inner potential to give, you will achieve greatness beyond your wildest dreams. Don't just ask the world for success. Don't wait for a miracle. Ask yourself, what value am I bringing to the table today? Because when your thoughts change, your future follows. Your destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of exchange. If Thane's journey inspired your soul today, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment below with the word exchange if you are ready to give your best to the world. Subscribe to Timeless Tales Realm to unlock more ancient secrets of the human mind. Stay strong, stay capable, stay successful.